What you do in the war? You went over there and raped a bunch of kids. You went over there and beat a bunch of people up.
Oh, man. Acting
like you're real soldiers for some American job. Because when it comes down to this real, if we need to run up in the Capitol, or come after the government for all the they're putting us through, it's men gonna stand there and protect who are oppressing every single one of us. Men. Ain't doing for this world and ain't done for this world in ages. Want women to sit over here and pay for your toilet paper and suck your you. Crying because a woman wants you to pay for her meals and take care of her and be a protector. Then you mad because all these women is running around here dating other women. Men. Yeah, I'm angry because y'all have created an environment that is dangerous.
Oh my God.
The earth is dangerous because men kill people and they abuse people.
Imagine the amount of privilege you have to be sitting in the richest nation to ever exist. I mean, literally, we have drinkable bath water. Okay, there are nations where they don't have any drinkable water, or they have to travel and boil their water to have drinkable water. You can literally sit in the shower and drink your bath water in America. Now, you're going to get a little fluoride. Don't get me wrong, you're going to get a little fluoride, but it's still doable. You can do that and be okay. We have fat homeless people here in America. So imagine being in the richest country to ever exist, enjoying all of the luxuries that men have provided for you. Your house, who do you think constructed that? The electricity, who do you think put that in? The camera that you're using to record this video, where do you think that comes from? Real oppression are the 6-year-olds mining the cobalt out of the ground in Africa so that you can have your cell phone, then shipping it over to Foxconn, where the working conditions are so bad that if you decide that you can't do another Monday and you want to throw yourself out of the window, there are safety nets that will catch you and they'll bring you right back into the factory. Imagine how awkward your lunch break is when you have to explain why you tried to end yourself. I mean, these people literally live in the factories that they work in, and they have 8-year-olds working 10-hour shifts trying to put together your cell phone so you can use the front camera and go on Instagram and complain about how you're oppressed in the richest nation that ever exists. By the way, if you own a home and a car, you're within the top 15% of the richest people on the planet. So you're within the top 15% of the richest people on the planet complaining that you're being oppressed and men have never helped you do anything. So the birth control pill that allowed women to have sexual liberation and give women reproductive control, that wasn't men. Modern female hygiene products, that wasn't invented by men. Firefighters, police officers, pilots, military, men do nothing. Plumbing, electricians, constructions, manufacturing, all the jobs at factories that provide you the things that you enjoy every single day. The trucks that get the stuff from the factories to Walmart, the place that you go every day to buy all your stuff. All of those men go overlooked in our society because we're so used to the privilege of going to the store and getting whatever we want without even having to understand how it may have gotten there. The idea that men have done nothing to make the world a better and safer place is just crazy. I like having a pizza in 20 minutes or less. I like running water. I like air conditioner. I like having the convenience of having an automobile. In fact, we've made the quality of life so much better in 2021 that I would rather be a regular, average, blue-collar American in 2021 than be the king of any nation 200 years ago.
While you were out of the country serving in the military, your wife paraded around town with other men.
Oh.
And she has admitted to cheating multiple times.
Since 2008, she hasn't started working until actually about 3 weeks ago. It was her actually first-time job. Hooking or stripping?
It's not hooking.
You're selling your body for money. Hooker. Actually, you know, when she picked
Yes,
up,
I did.
she came dressed in her clear hooker shoes and this.
Hooker shoes.
That's one whole outfit?
I think that's a dress is what they call it.
Look, I'm going to just say it. I'm happy he called her a hooker. I'm happy he called a spade and said exactly what he wanted to say, because there's this idea being promoted by sex workers that women should be able to participate in sex work and maintain the same respect and dignity that a woman that has never participated in sex work has. And that's just not possible. And they're trying to use euphemisms to push this idea. Exotic dancer, adult film actress, OnlyFans model. That's like a drug dealer calling himself a curbside pharmaceutical sales representative. Tomato, tomato. If you want to be a coochie sales associate, that's fine with me. It's a job that's existed for all of human history, and I dare say it's essential work, because some guys are on the edge and they don't stand a chance in the dating market. So if they don't blow blow up on her, they might blow up a hospital. But if you want to go into this line of work, you have to understand you're exchanging your social credit for money. So people ain't gonna want you around. Men are just gonna want to try to use you for sex, and women aren't gonna want you around their husbands. Imagine fighting for something that you believe is bigger than yourself and going and putting your life on the line only to come back home to the people you're fighting for betraying you. And it's probably even worse for him in particular because as men, we tend to pride ourselves in our ability to provide for the people that we love. So to come home and see somebody that you love feel like they had to sleep with other men just to get by, you're probably going to internalize that guilt to some degree, even if you shouldn't, because she was just some woman that wanted to do what she was going to do anyway.
Says she doesn't want to be with a light-skinned man. Preference.
Yeah.
Man says want to be with a dark-skinned woman. Discrimination.
For sure.
Women says she doesn't want to be with a short man.
Oh, Lord, preference.
How many times have you heard that?
That's
all the time. That's like
almost every girl I've ever met will always say, besides the one exceptions,
yeah,
I want a guy who's taller than me.
Yeah. Nobody bats an eye.
Man says he doesn't want to be with an overweight woman.
Oh, Lord. You can't say that online.
Discrimination.
100%. 100%. And hateful. Hate speech.
Women says she doesn't want to date a man with a small penis.
Oh. Woo!
Have you heard that before?
All the time.
Preference?
Preference.
Preference?
Preference.
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 Man says he doesn't want to date a woman with a small butt.
Discrimination. You hate women's bodies now. You hate all women's bodies.
This is literally what I was just talking about, and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but pretty much everything that men have valued in women, traditionally speaking, has been taken away, and you can't expect anything from women anymore going into a relationship. You want her to have some kind of sexual control? Nope, can't expect that. You're an insecure man. Want her to stay attractive or at least maintain the body, the shape that she had when you met her? Nope, you're fat phobic. If you want her to even have a vagina in 2021, you're out of luck because a trans woman is a woman, and if you don't want to date a trans woman, you're transphobic. So literally a man that has the expectation and carries the weight of having to provide for a family for his entire life can't even expect his woman to be a biological woman. If women have the right to have expectations for men, you can and do have the right to have expectations for women.
I know you hate this, but she is the world record holder, and she hates it when I every time she rolls her eyes and she's like, "Here we go."
I didn't roll my eyes.
She has the record for she's slept with, if you want to call it sleeping, 919 people in one sitting. Am I correct?
Oh my gosh.
7.5 hours.
7.5 hours.
Oh my, good Lord. Welcome to the meat show. Let's go ahead and do the math. This is the formula we're going to be using today to figure out how many miles of meat Lisa took. Length times number of strokes times number of men equals the number of miles Lisa took during her world record. So I took the liberty of doing some research here, and it turns out the average male appendage is about 6 inches long. Now, the average session lasts about 4 to 7 minutes, and in this session, there's about 10 to 500 strokes. Because that's such a big range of strokes, I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt and say about 250 strokes. So one thrust includes in and out. So that's 6 inches in, 6 inches out. So that's 12. 12 times 250 strokes on average per person, we get about 3,000 inches. Times that 3,000 by the number of men that Lisa broke the record with. That is 919 men. 919 times 3,000, 2,757,000 inches. Now there's an average of about 63,000 inches in a mile. 2,757,000 inches divided by 63,000 inches in a mile. Lisa took about 435 miles during her world record. Give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Till next time.